Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Maximizing and Mobilizing Your Avaya CMS Reporting. We want to thank you for taking time out of your day to join us today. We know your time is valuable. Now, today you're going to learn how you can vastly improve your Avaya CMS reporting and enable simple, powerful mobile reporting for all your users with nFocus Plus, which is our web-based reporting add-on solution for CMS. My name is John Yoik. I'm the brand manager for Netlert. I'm going to give you some background on our company and then discuss some of the ways that you can improve your Avaya CMS reporting. Now, after that, I'm going to hand it over to Jeff Levitt, our VP Sales. He's going to do a short demo of nFocus Plus. Now, Jeff has been with Netlert from day one. He has extensive knowledge of nFocus Plus and has seen firsthand how our customers are taking advantage of our unique technology to increase visibility and improve their efficiencies in their call centers. Now, after the demo, we'll have a brief question and answer session. If you have any questions during the presentation, please submit them via the chat window in the GoToWebinar client rather than using the raise hand option. We will be answering all questions at the end during our question and answer session on a first-come, first-served basis. So if you have any questions that crop up during the presentation, feel free to submit them and we'll get to them at the end. So who is Netlert? Well, we are an Avaya call center reporting solutions provider. We were founded in 2000 in Asheville, North Carolina, and we serve customers worldwide from 2 agents up to 20,000 agents in size. We've been an Avaya DevConnect partner since day one, and we've been supporting IAUG for over a decade. We offer 2 solutions, nFocus and nFocus Plus. Both are web-based reporting solutions for Avaya call centers. nFocus is a standalone turnkey reporting tool, and nFocus Plus is an add-on for CMS, which provides additional functionality. Both are extremely easy to use and allow unlimited users to create and access reports. Now, for this presentation, we'll be focusing on nFocus Plus. Now, when you registered for this webinar, we asked you to tell us what you thought would most improve your Avaya CMS reporting solution. Now, it looks like the most popular choice was an easy-to-use web-based interface, followed by simple automatic report distribution. Now, this is pretty consistent with what we hear from our customers and from our partners on a regular basis, and what we see in the market as an overall need. Now, today we're going to address each of these issues, and we're going to show you how nFocus Plus can improve your CMS reporting by providing a very easy-to-use web-based interface, simplified automatic report distribution, native web-based reports accessible from any web-enabled device, including mobile devices. Unlimited users can access and create permission-based reports, and you can consolidate data from all of your CMS servers into a single, easy-to-use interface. So to start off, one of the best ways to improve the value of your Avaya CMS is to enable 100% web-based reports and mobile access. Now, CMS was designed as a client-server application for desktop use. When it was first developed, it was not intended for web-based access, and certainly not mobile access. Now, Avaya's answer to this was to create a web supervisor module that enables supervisors to create and broadcast their reports. Well, if you've ever opened the manual for this module, you know that it's a rather complex and cumbersome process to implement. So what we've heard from our customers and our partners is that it requires a strong background in CMS and development. And once the report is created and distributed, it's still limited to supervisor users only. And you can't create new reports or modify existing reports via the web. You still have to do that from within the CMS desktop client on your PC. It's a complicated solution, and it doesn't seem like it was designed for ease of use. Now, nFocus Plus, on the other hand, that was built from the ground up to be 100% web-based. You log in, build, run, distribute, customize, and view any permission-based report, and you can do that from your PC, tablet, mobile device, any web-enabled device. Now, the other big challenge we hear from CMS users is that CMS is simply hard to use. You probably have CMS power users in your organization who can crank through reports with no problem. but the majority of your business users probably can't. And they're going to rely on these few power users every time they need a new or modified report. So what happens is often the end users don't get the data they need when they need it, and this can delay important business decisions. And at the same time, your power users end up backlogged with constant report requests from end users. Now this is where EnFocus can help. We designed EnFocus Plus to be as easy as possible to use and navigate. Everything we put in it was designed to make our customers' jobs easier. As a result, using the web-based interface to create and distribute reports containing your CMS data is extremely easy. All of your users can learn how to build, run, and distribute reports in a matter of minutes. Now here you can see how to build a web report in your browser with just a few clicks. Select your splits here, select the fields you want to display, and click Report. It's extremely easy to set up. Now the reports support one-click drill down that makes it very easy and very fast to dig in to the details and drill down into the data behind these reports. It's very intuitive and straightforward, and Jeff will go into this in more detail in a few minutes on the demo. Now for your historical call center data, once you create your reports, you still need to get them to the right people at the right time, and CMS doesn't make that very easy. Often, users have to resort to programming in Visual Basic or writing Excel macros to automatically compile and distribute CMS call center data. But shouldn't your software tools be doing all of that for you? EnFocus Plus enables you to schedule regular daily or weekly historical report distribution to anybody in CSV format, PDF format, or even XLS format. Now the Excel format is great because all of your data values are the right format, time values are time, quantities are number values, names are text values. This is going to save your users even more time when they need to further manipulate this data. So all you do in order to set up distribution, scheduled distribution, is you pull up one of your existing reports or you create a new one. You click Email Report. You put in the name, the from email, and then the distribution list. You can add multiple emails and send it out to as many folks as you want. You select the format, the frequency, and the time that you want reported across, and click Create. Again, it's very simple, very straightforward to set up. Now, we also see a lot of CMS customers who need to report across multiple CMS servers. Many larger organizations use multiple CMS servers in different physical locations, and they want to be able to consolidate all of that data into a single view. With EnFocus Plus, you can easily run and create a report with a click of a button and see what happened across the board globally. You can keep historical data with no restrictions for as long as you need it. Looking at real-time and historical data across the board, for the whole contact center in one centralized location, that's very powerful, and your upper management is going to love it. Now, I know we've mentioned it before, but a very important way of increasing the value of your call center reporting is to open up access to the data for anyone in the organization who needs it. And CMS Supervisor is licensed based on the number of supervisor views, and this restricts the number of users who can access reports. The end result is that decision makers don't always get the reports they need right away. And if there's a problem in your call center, like say you're having an unusually long hold time, or an agent is hiding an aux, then your decision maker won't know about it, and the problem may not be resolved quickly. Now, EnFocus Plus allows unlimited users to access the CMS data, create and run and distribute their reports, with permissions and privileges, of course, associated with each user. Now, this helps ensure that every decision maker gets the data they need as quickly as possible. And part of getting data out to all your users involves letting your users access their reports from a multitude of different devices or different ways of displaying their data. Now, the default report display option in CMS is limited to the machine it's installed on. Or, of course, you can install, set up, and use the CMS Web Supervisor tool. But again, you're limited in that only your licensed supervisors can log in and run reports. Within Focus Plus, distributing and displaying a report on another device is as simple as sharing a web page link. You can display your reports on any web-enabled device, PCs, laptops, tablets, mobile, wallboards. Setting up a wallboard is as simple as plugging a PC into a large screen TV. Even web-enabled smart TVs can display and focus support reports. Now, another cool thing you can do is display some of the data directly on your support site. So you can let your customers know how many callers are ahead of them and what the average wait time is before they even pick up the phone. If your customers are able to see beforehand what their expected wait time is, they may choose to search for their answer to their question in your knowledge base or in your FAQ section on your website, or maybe contact you some other way. By empowering your customers to make more educated decisions about how to contact you, they may be able to get the answer to their questions more quickly. And this can improve their overall satisfaction, and it can help reduce call volume during busy hours. Now I'm going to talk briefly about mobile reporting, but before we dig into that, I just want to ask a quick poll question. Let me go ahead and launch the poll here. And the question is, do users currently have a way to access call center reports from their mobile devices? And please take a moment to answer this. The options are no, users want access to mobile reports. No, users do not want access to mobile reports. Yes, users want access to more mobile reports. Or yes, users have access to all the mobile reports they need, or I don't know. We've got about 60% of our attendants have voted so far. I'll go ahead and leave it open for another 10 seconds or so to let the rest of our attendees get their vote in. All right, we've got about 90% have completed. I'm going to go ahead and close the poll out now. So very interesting results. Let me go ahead and share this with you folks. You should be able to see the results from the poll. 58% of you, the overwhelming majority of you, said users do not currently have mobile report access, but they do want access to it. 23% no, and they don't care about mobile reports. 5% yes, but users want more access, and the other 15% said I don't know. So that's very interesting that we have a large number of attendees on the call today with users who want access to mobile reports but aren't able to do that. And that's good because, let me go ahead and hide that. The next section I'm going to dig into is going to talk about exactly how you can overcome that and get your data out to your users on their mobile devices. So let's go ahead and dig into mobile reporting now. Now, we all know that mobile adoption has grown significantly over the last decade. And we see a lot of enterprises continuing to adopt mobile devices for use within their organization. In fact, Gartner predicts by 2017, by 2017, 2/3 of enterprises will adopt a mobile device management solution for their users. And over half of employers will require employees to supply their own device for work. So clearly there's a growing need to make enterprise data accessible from users' mobile devices. So what does that mean for call centers? Well, call center managers and supervisors generally want the ability to see what their department or group's real-time stats were at any time, wherever they are. They want to be alerted when things are going wrong, like when the average hold time exceeds a preset value. They want to be able to keep track of their departments and know what the progress is and anytime, at a glance. And as we talked about, nFocus Plus allows all your users to do that. They can pull up real-time charts, tabular reports, and historical reports anytime from their mobile device. Now, the reports and charts run using Flash or JavaScript, so that depends on the device. Now, this ensures that we're going to work with, Android operating systems or Apple's iPhone and iPads. And once you're able to start getting your data out to mobile devices, you can be sure that your upper-level management is going to want access. They're going to love the idea of being able to see how the whole call center is performing anytime they want at a glance to their phone. And again, all the reports are completely customizable. You've got graphic reports, tabular reports where you can have certain fields highlighted certain colors based on threshold indicators. And your users are absolutely going to love that they can view the reports anytime they want from anywhere. Now I'm going to show you how one of the live tabular reports would look on an iPad. I have a mobile emulator running on my desktop here. Whoops, get back here. So, what we have is a graphic chart showing ACD calls by department. Now, mobile users can quickly edit, and they can even create new reports. Now, Jeff is going to dig into this in more detail in a few minutes on the demo, but I just wanted to show you that it's completely possible to create new web reports from your mobile device. So to create, I'm just going to recreate the same report in just a few clicks. I'll go ahead and click System. I'll select All. I'll choose which fields I want displayed, and I'm going to tell it to do a bar chart. We're going to do ACD calls, and I'll click Report, and bam, there's our report. Now, for more common reports that your users are going to want to view and refresh on a regular basis, what you would do is click the permalink button up here, and you'd add that report. Your user would add that report to their browser bookmarks. That way, all they have to do is open their browser on their mobile device and tap the bookmark report, and they'll pull up a real-time version of that report. It's, again, very, very simple, and Jeff is going to go ahead and dig into more detail on building reports and doing the customization, and he'll show you all of that on a live demo right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Jeff.
Thanks, John. Let me just get my screen up here. Okay, so you guys should be seeing my screen. Just want to log in here and show you through InFocus Plus. As you can tell, I'm using a web browser. My particular choice is Chrome, but you can use any type of web browser that you like. Being John just showed you on a tablet device there. And I'm just going to spend a few minutes on the administration tab and then work our way down through the reporting piece of it, and we'll spend 10 to 12 minutes here on this. The administration side of InFocus Plus is very straightforward, very easy to maintain, easy to administer. The product is built to have full functionality of automation in terms of your backups. It's automatically done. The check and repair, which happens to your database, that will InFocus Plus will check it nightly, make sure there's no tables corrupt, etc., and will fix that automatically for you and email the administrator an update of what happened and what it knows that could have been happening. So they're in real time, they will be notified what's going on, they can fix it, and it happens. The security piece that InFocus plays is very important for a couple reasons. One is that you can give out users or groups of users the ability to see everything they need to see in the call center, or you can restrict them down to only certain pieces of information in the call center. So for example, an agent may have access to see their information personally. Maybe they only have access to see real time, and you don't want them to see historical information. Or you may allow them to see a team lead, for example, to have access to see 4 or 5 different agents maybe they're mentoring or training. So you can really restrict that down. You can also give it out to department leads. Another nice part about this, and this is really for our larger installs, is that you can give the ability for a manager over a certain department to create his or her own users up to the level of permissions that they have. So you can give the task of administration, keep that out of IT/telecom, and give that out to the business units to administer. Everything else through InFocus is straightforward. The implementation, installation truly just takes under a couple hours to get fully installed, up and running, connected to CMS, pulling that real-time and historical data back over to InFocus Plus. One other thing about the database, and then I'll switch over to the reporting side. The database is using a MySQL database, which is native with the product, embedded with the product. This allows you to store unlimited historical interval data. So it's a little different from CMS, where you have a limitation of the interval data that you store. So we have many customers using InFocus Plus strictly for that reason, to extend the life of their historical data. And I'll show you some examples of that here in a minute. I'm going to jump to the Asheville tab. What you're going to see at the top here is the Asheville tab and a New York tab. That's two different CMS servers. We can connect to as many CMS servers that you have, and then we can bring that in and consolidate the reporting. So if I want to see, what happened over the global enterprise, I can look at that from a real-time perspective or a historical perspective. For right now, I'll just stick on the Asheville tab and work our way down. Like John was showing you a few minutes ago, there's a lot of different ways to just have a easy report displayed. I'm going to show you a different variety of different reports here, but what I'm pulling up now is the system status. This is an easy, quick way for me to look at multiple departments that I have permissions to see and what's happening as of real time right now. I've generated a couple triggers that you see that turned some fields red there for a second. Triggers can be set on any field in any real-time report that InFocus offers. So you can have triggers where it changes the field's colors. You can have it play a sound. You can have it pop this window up. You can also have it where it will text/email you if a trigger has been met. So we have many customers that have people has responsibilities in the call center, but they're never available to sit there and look at a real-time screen all day. So what they do is set up triggers to say, hey, if we have X number of calls waiting, or maybe if we have a call waiting longer than, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, then it sends an automatic text message to their phone or an email, so they're alerted and they can quickly log in from their handheld device and figure out exactly what's been going on and how it's going. Everything through our product is sortable. If I want to sort oldest call, I click on it and it automatically sorts. Everything also in InFocus is customizable. So if I go back to system status and I want to generate a custom report, I can easily do that. So let's say I want to generate a wallboard report. I click the department. This gets really nice when you start looking at information that you want to display on a wallboard. So what I'm going to do is just uncheck some columns here, and I'm going to just create you a real-time live wallboard right here in front of us. You can also have integrated historical data on that wallboard. So a lot of people would like to see, real-time's great, but what have we done over the course of the day? So what I'm going to do is just put in here a couple, let's say ACD calls, and maybe average abandon time as a historical event that we can look at. Then you can pop this up, and you've got yourself a wallboard. You can go through here, and you can select the size of this if you like. If I want to set up triggers to change colors, etc., I can do that. It's all dynamic in terms of how you want it to look. You can set up fields where you can shrink the header or increase the other fields if you like. I don't have any abandoned calls for today because this is a simulated type call center and everything's perfect in a perfect world. But as you can see, this is a real-time screen, but in the columns that are gray to the right are historical reports for the course of the day. You can control when that day starts, so it knows how to accumulate for that data. But you can set up as many of these as you like. I could have put in here multiple different splits. I just selected one to give you a quick summary view. Now from this screen and any other screen, you can always select the system or the split name and then drill down. If I selected sales here, I can see what my sales department's doing, what my agents are doing by state. If I wanted to sort by state, I can quickly see that. And then if I have agents in aux, what's their reason to be in aux and how long they've been there, and then I can make some decisions of what I need to do now. Another nice thing about this screen, this real-time screen here, is that I can select whether it's an agent name or the department and drill down to see exactly what we've been doing so far today. So we opened the doors at 6 o'clock this morning. Here's our call volumes. Here's our average speed of answer. Here's what we've been doing. Here's my average staff, etc. Now, all this information is stored forever in the database. If I hit the back button, I go backwards, and I can see exactly what, say, Sam has been doing since he logged in. What's his call volume looking like? What's his available time looking like? Is everything on par? Now, again, this is just a quick drill down to see today's information. If I wanted to generate a full-blown historical report on this, I can, and I'll show you here in a second how to do that. You can do the same technique with agent reports regardless of which member of splits or skills they're in. You can have groups of agents. You can have groups of split skills, VDNs, and display all that. You have a grouping option within InFocus, which makes your life a lot easier if you are responsible for a lot of different groups within a call center. And then the last thing I want to show you here from a real-time perspective is the ability to pop up a small view, and this is what we call our split stats. This is designed for typically for call center agents. The nice thing about this particular report is that, again, you can customize this to have triggers set for thresholds. You can customize it to say, show me multiple splits on the screen, or show me a summary of multiple splits on the screen. And you can save this, and then you can turn off authentication on this particular report if you're a manager. And then all you have to do is email the link out to your agents. If you're responsible for 100 agents and you want them all to see the same information, you can send them out a link and say, click here, and it will open this little window up sized the way that you had it on your desktop. So all they can do is open and close this window. There's no other navigation options for them, and they don't have to authenticate if you turn that off. So it makes it really simple for them to quickly see what's going on in their department and make some educated decisions of what they need to be doing. Now, looking down at historical information, there's a lot of different ways to look at historical information. Agent reports, agent login, log out, split skills, VDNs, trunk groups. I'm just going to show you quickly of a split report. And what I'm going to do also is go to report options real fast and just show you, if I select our New York, we refer to them as PBXs, but what they are is really your CMS servers. If I select the Asheville CMS server and the New York CMS server, you can see that in one screen. And maybe you have it duplicated. So maybe I want to see my car department in Asheville and my IT department in the New York CMS server. You hit submit, and there's your date and time range. This is straightforward information that you can do. Maybe I want to go back a handful of months here and select a date. And you can run it by different types of ways to, that what you're looking for. There's a lot of different ways to slice and dice this information. Maybe you want to see, the busiest half hour of the day for the accumulated last year or the last month, or what's my busiest day of the week, based on the last 2 years worth of data. There's a lot of ways to look at that, and there's a lot of ways to slice it. But what I'm going to do is just do a quick by week, and there's a group by time feature. That's a fantastic feature. If you're consolidating across multiple agents or multiple split skills VDNs, maybe you have a group and you just say, I just want this consolidated and just show me one row for all these items. Group by time is nice. It does it on the back end, and it just produces the report nice and clean for you. You can exclude items. You can specify in greater detail in terms of days of the week, days of the month, what hours of the day. There's a lot of fields that we pull out of CMS that you can pick from. Maybe you want to see your abandoned calls within a certain service level, etc. You can select that, and then hit report. It's a very straightforward report, and this just goes back to September through now, the different weeks of the year. You can go through here and sort by weeks, and I can quickly tell you if I ran this for the year, what's your high call volume week for the year? What's your low call volume week for the year? Did I staff properly? Did I not staff based on my average staff, abandoned calls, average abandoned time, etc.? But in terms of forecasting, it's really nice when I go back and I'm looking at, what did we do towards the last of the year last year, so I can get prepared for this coming year and schedule, etc. If I click on, say, week 48, which just happens to be in the end of November there, I can see exactly what we did by day, and I can see that in summary view. But the nice thing about keeping this interval data for as long as you need it is I can find a particular day, click it, drill down, and I can always see that half-hour interval data or 15-minute interval data if you're at that on your CMS server. So it's really nice and easy to drill down, and the navigation is simple. If I hit the back button, it generates that report again. I look at it. There it is. I'm going to select a different day now, the 23rd of November, and drill down. So it's easy to navigate, just like any kind of web page that's out there. You go backwards and forwards, etc. All your reports, if you want to save them, you can. They would be saved as a custom view for yourself. You can share that with others. You can export out, like John was saying earlier, as multiple different ways. And then you can email reports, which is really nice. I can send this out now. I can send this to multiple people. I can schedule this for maybe I want to send this once. I'm going to be out of town next week, but I want to schedule to generate this report to email me just next week while I'm out of town. I could do that. Or maybe this is a reoccurring report I want to see. I want to see it daily. Send it to me, or maybe I want to send my team leads a daily report to tell them how they did at the end of the day, a simple PDF of call volume and maybe staff time, whatever makes sense. You can do that. So there's a lot of functionality wrapped around this data that InFocus is pulling out of CMS. And again, we license on how many total agents you want to report on, not how many people are going to be looking at this information. So if you have needs for 20 wallboards, fine. 200 agents, good. The more the merrier in terms of looking at this information. You can limit them down to what they can and cannot see, so there's really no harm in giving this data out in terms of your call center. On the left-hand side there, there's just more settings. You could be a global company and you want to have a particular time zone for your user login. You can set that up. You can see your own personal schedule tasks and triggers, etc. So a little bit of user administration there on the bottom left-hand side. What I'm going to do now, that's just a quick high-level overview of InFocus. There's a lot more to it, but we're trying to keep this down to 30 minutes, and we've been talking for 35 minutes now. What I'm going to do is turn this back over to John, and he will see if you guys have any more questions and sort of wrap up the presentation here. John?
Thanks, Jeff. Let me go ahead and make myself presenter again. Share screen. All right, so now before we get started with our question and answer session, I just want to show you how you can find out more information about InFocus Plus if you're interested. You can learn more on our website, netlurk.com. If you have any questions, you can contact us through the website or directly by email or phone. We're always happy to set up a quick personalized demo for you to dig into any part of InFocus Plus you'd like to see more of, or if you'd like to see some additional report examples. Or you can watch our virtual product tour on our website at the link below.